The Blessed Virgin Mary apparition, posted on November 2013. The viral images of the Virgin Mary captured on a cell phone has become an online sensation. The miraculous photos have confounded Catholics as well as other Christians and atheists who cannot explain the phenomenon. It all happened at the Chapel of Our Lady of Perpetual Help in Glenview, Illinois. This parish belongs to the Archdiocese of Chicago. It is situated on Grove Street, approximately 22 miles from Chicago.
Well, what was produced in the picture, there is a white light and a white image.
The best evidence of divine miracles occurring on camera happened in Spain and Egypt, according to many top experts and devout believers. Spain, 1961. 4 girls in the village of Garmadal claimed they were visited by an apparition of the Virgin Mary. Whenever the vision allegedly appeared, the girls went into a trance-like state, during which they seemed virtually supernatural.
Doctors were coming, pinching them with needles, lighting a match in front of their eyes. They never showed any reaction whatsoever.
What many people consider the true miracle of Garmadal is what happened in front of hundreds of witnesses on July 18, 1962. The girls claimed they had been receiving an invisible communion wafer, but what happened to one of the girls convinced many of the disbelievers.
She puts her tongue out to receive the sacred host. Suddenly, a ring of light appeared on her tongue. It filled up into the Holy Sacrament. Everybody began saying, "Miracle, miracle, it's a miracle, it's a miracle."
The scene was filmed by someone in the crowd using an 8mm camera. A total of 79 film frames appeared to capture the amazing event. This is one of them. Egypt, 1968. An estimated 1 million eyewitnesses claimed to see the vision of a woman hovering over this church in Zaytun. 2 mechanics working at night thought they saw a nun preparing to commit suicide. They ran for a priest, who realized that what they were seeing may be more fantastic than they could have possibly imagined.
The priest ran and came quickly, and of course, he realized what was going on. She was not standing on the roof, she was standing in the air.
Carrie Mellick is a doctor living in Rockville, Maryland. He was in Egypt at the time and saw for himself what many believe was hovering above the church.
I saw a light in the southwest dome. This light began to increase immensely, and suddenly I saw the Virgin Mary standing in front of the dome.
These are actual photographs taken at Zaytun. Mary is said to be the sphere of light at the top. According to legend, Zaytun is where Mary Joseph and the baby Jesus once sought refuge. Whatever it is we are seeing here, Malik was not alone in witnessing this alleged apparition firsthand.
Everyone in the field of vision saw her, whether he's a Christian, a Muslim, a good man, a bad man, whoever. Everyone in the field of vision saw her.
We interviewed over 100 witnesses, and most of these witnesses we do not believe even know each other, but yet they gave very, very similar accounts of what they saw.
John Jackson has been studying the Zeytin photographs for many years.
I can't see any inconsistencies in these photographs, and they look as though they are recording an actual event. And then the photographic records correlate very nicely with what the eyewitnesses claim that they have seen.
The apparitions lasted 4 years and left an enduring impression on all who were there.
I describe myself as a person who uses logic and thinks rationally. I am a scientist, but you can't deny what you see with your own eyes.
Something is happening now, and I want you to look at the sky now.
Some are calling it a miracle. People are coming from all over to visit a Hobbs church after hearing its Our Lady of Guadalupe statue started to cry during Mass yesterday. News 13's Elena Mendoza is live at the Our Lady of Guadalupe church with the story.
Kim, people have been lining up all day and night to pray in front of this statue. They say hundreds have already been here and they're expecting many more.
It is a miracle, nothing short of a miracle.
Worshippers from across New Mexico and Texas are driving to see what many believe to be an act of God.
We immediately came. We had to see this for ourselves.
Alice Rivas heard about it on social media. She drove 40 minutes for the opportunity just to touch the statue and pray before it.
You just get all jittery. I mean, you just cry, you know. I mean, I just couldn't help it but just tears.
Parishioners say the tears started to fall on Sunday.
You're never too prepared for something like this. What he did is he wanted to call the bishop from Las Cruces right away to know what he needs to do because he's never encountered anything like this.
Father Jose Segura says parishioners noticed them after Sunday's noon mass.
He noticed that a lot of people were coming up to Our Lady and started, touching her, and that's when everybody started noticing that she was weeping.
Father Segura believes she's crying because of all of the recent violence in the United States and around the world.
You can even get a scent of her presence. You can smell roses in her tears. I've got a tissue that I've taken, wiped on from her mantle.
The faithful who witnessed it say it's nothing short of a miracle.
I actually saw how she was dripping, and that's when I took the video. And it's just incredible.
Marcelo Servin, who has cancer and lupus, also believes the Virgin has healing powers.
Ever since I got here, for some reason I've been good. I've been out of bed, doing stuff around the house.